In the middle of 2022, Andrew Tate seemingly popped out of nowhere and became the internet's biggest and most controversial people of all time. At the beginning of the year, Andrew Tate was relatively a nobody. And sure, he did have 400,000 Instagram followers at this time, which is obviously still a very big amount of followers. But let's be honest, most people did not really know who he was at this time, and especially not when you compare it to the amount of followers he has now and just overall success he has all across the entire internet. As of now, he gets hundreds of thousands of followers and tens of millions of views every single day. But the question is, how exactly does he do this? We have seen people like IShowSpeed, Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, all of them have gotten to popularity in a very quick amount of time. However, the quickest of them all was definitely Andrew Tate. And let's be honest, love him or hate him, he has been everywhere on the internet. Andrew Tate is mostly well known for being a martial artist and a boxer. It is also said by Andrew Tate that he was broke and homeless. Now, whether you want to believe this or not, that is up to you, because that is one of the topics that we're going to be kind of discussing over in the video, but we can't be 100% sure of. And that topic is whether or not Andrew Tate is playing a character or not. Because let's be honest, whether you are Andrew Tate's biggest supporter, we can at least agree that some of his claims are definitely a little bit out there. This leads me to the first point of how Andrew Tate became so big in such a short amount of time, which is just simply by being so obnoxious. And I don't mean obnoxious in a necessarily negative way. I just mean he just goes and is himself. You know, he goes on these podcasts, he goes on these interviews, or he simply just uploads clips of himself talking about things that most people are gonna have a reaction to. Then these clips get shared all across the internet, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, you name it. They get shared everywhere, and this helps boost his popularity so much, of course. Another thing that helps skyrocket Andrew Tate's popularity in general is the fact that he seems at least relatively pretty hardworking and consistent. And combine this with the fact that he collaborates with many other big YouTubers, streamers, you name it, then obviously this is going to make him become one of the most famous people all over the internet. One example is this is simply just clips and interviews of Aiden Ross and Andrew Tate on YouTube. Those clips alone have over 100 million views combined. Now, obviously, some of these people could be watching the same clips, but in my opinion, that's just kind of crazy to think about. I mean, 100 million views of Andrew Tate talking to just one other big YouTuber. Another thing that helped Andrew Tate become so wildly successful on the internet is this can be kind of like, you know, disregarded because it's not necessarily him, but it is actually, I would say, his brother, Tristan. And because this is not necessarily like Tristan is directly helping him, but the two together obviously are just a very, I don't know, they are just a very outgoing pair of people, if you know what I mean. When the two Tate brothers have all these clips and videos going around about them on the internet, whether they're memes making fun of them or things that are, you know, praising them, this is obviously going to boost the popularity of both of them together. Okay, the next thing that is making him so successful is actually kind of a controversial thing. I'm not going to endorse it at all. Not saying that it's bad or anything, but I just have no idea about the actual. Well, I'm just going to talk about what it is. Basically, it is Hustlers University. Obviously, if you know of Andrew Tate, you have had to have heard of Hustlers University. He is selling this, I believe, for about $50, trying to get you to join. Of course, if he's making more money, he's becoming more successful. He could use it on advertising himself if he wants to, but really, he already has enough free advertisement as it goes already. But the thing is, Andrew Tate goes around promoting Hustlers University everywhere, and he has people talk about these stories that are kind of far-fetched. Personally, I do not think I believe them at all, but you know, that's just my opinion. And one example of these stories that he tells is how a 13-year-old child turned $30 into a now $10,000 plus per month income that he is, you know, gaining every month as a 13-year-old. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty far-fetched in my opinion. And the point isn't necessarily that that is impossible, because sure, if you are a very, very hard worker, you can do that, but he's trying to sell you an idea, basically, which is what I think of Andrew Tate. In my opinion, he is more of a person that is selling you a lifestyle. At the end of the day, he is just trying to promote himself. These are all advertisements for the one thing that he is selling, which is So when you combine all that together, it kind of makes sense why Andrew Tate acts the way that he does. If his actions cause people to go and share what he does across many different sites and get millions upon millions of views, I mean, guys, he has had billions of views across all platforms, which is just crazy because, as I said at the beginning of the video, I don't know about you, but me personally, I had no idea who Andrew Tate was at the beginning of the year. So all that being said, it is pretty easy to see how Andrew made it to the top of the internet in just a few short months or even weeks, really. So yeah, don't take this as a hate video to Andrew Tate or anything. This is just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if you guys have seen, you know, any crazy stories about Andrew Tate or just crazy stories about Hustlers University, I guess. And yeah, that's about it. Also, let me know if you guys have any video recommendations in the future. This is my first video, so I'm definitely a little bit new to this. And yeah, that's about it. Have a great day, guys.